Good morning, YouTube. Good morning. Or, well, I should say good afternoon. Today's video is going to be on, children or minors or teenagers growing up without no structure in their lives. And when kids grow up, first of all, I'd like to say good afternoon to all my subscribers and all the people that pull up that don't subscribe. They just view for a minute or two and then they pull out. I would ask that you please like, subscribe, and share these videos because they need to get out to the youth, man. And that's all I'm about. I'm just about trying to get the message to the youth because they really need to hear this stuff. Because a lot of times they come up with no structure and they don't know what to look forward to when they get themselves involved with, activity that could be, detrimental to their health or their lifestyle. And so I just ask that if you see this video, that you try to share it with your younger family members or your younger YouTubers, people that can get something out of this. And like I said, today's topic is going to be about structure. When children are being raised by mothers and fathers, but most of these days African American families, a good percentage of children are growing up with just their mothers. The fathers are nowhere in their lives. And I gotta say, when I was younger, my son, I wasn't in his life like I was supposed to be. So I'm a part of that percentage too. And I regret that to this day. But when children grow up and they have no structure in their lives, they tend to do anything and everything that they want to do. So they really don't suffer no consequences. They grow up with the mother or the father not caring about where they've been at while they were outside, who they're talking to on the phone, what they're doing on their computers, what they might be doing on their phones. And this is not a good way to be with your children, because when you're not in your children's lives, you don't know what's going on. And anything could be going on. So I'm going to say, even as a parent, you should always ask your children questions. You should always sit down with your children when they come in from school to see what's going on while they were at school. See if they have any problem with their friends or what they're doing with their friends. You should be all up in their business, all up in it. You should be all up in their room, searching around when they ain't there, everything, like you doing a raid, for real. So you can be checking out what's going on and what they might be hiding in their rooms. And it's about listening to what they might be going through or what they might be experiencing. Because sometimes if you listen to your kids, they'll build up that bond. Well, I can talk to my mother. I can talk to my father. You know what I'm saying? I can tell them whatever's on my mind, how I'm feeling, and we can talk through it. And maybe I can get some good advice. Because when I was growing up, I had no structure. It was me and my two brothers. I'm the middle child. My mother worked at the Veterans Hospital. She was always at work. So we was home by ourselves. So we just did anything we wanted to do. And we paid for that in the end. We all end up being in the prison system. We all end up being kicked out of school. We all end up being addicted to marijuana or any other kind of drug that we can use that felt like it was fun. And that caused a toll on all our lives, man. And none of us was productive as we became adults. And that's because my mother wasn't all up in our stuff, wasn't all up in our room, wasn't asking us questions, wasn't making sure we was doing the right thing. And it's not her fault, because she grew up in an unbalanced home too, with a whole bunch of brothers and sisters and everybody living in one household and not being able to graduate for school. So she had no parenting skills. So it's not her fault. So this message is just to get out to the parents and to the teenagers and the young youth that might be listening to this. Please, if your mother or father is trying to give you some structure, don't be mad at them. They're only trying to look out for you and trying to make sure that you have a good upbringing and that you have a bright future. So don't take it the wrong way. And parents, stop trying to be your kids' friends and be their parents. Be all up in their stuff. You know what I'm saying? If they do something wrong, give them a consequence for them doing something wrong. If they feel like they ain't got to listen to you, let them know that if they don't listen, they won't be in your household. I mean, you can't be their friends. You can't feel sorry for them. You have to be strict and you have to have structure. Believe me, it works out and it pays in the long run. So don't never sit back and say, oh, I don't want to do this because my child is going to be mad at me. So what? If your child ain't mad at you, that means you ain't doing something right. So let's regroup. Let's think about how we're raising our children, and if we're not doing something right, let's try to correct it. My name is Jay Hud, and I'm out.